Blood consists of plasma and formed elements. The formed elements are RBC, WBC, and platelets. Red blood cells are also called erythrocytes. WBC are white blood cells, and they are also called as leukocytes. Platelets are also called thrombocytes. The first is erythrocytes or RBC. Erythrocytes are biconcave in shape. They do not have nucleus, and they are about 5 million cells per cubic millimeter of blood, and they are formed inside the red bone marrow. All the blood cells are formed from bone marrow. There is a red part of bone marrow because there is yellow bone marrow also here. Blood cells are formed from red bone marrow. Now it is called, erythrocytes are called red blood cells because of the presence of a pigment inside which is called as hemoglobin. A red color pigment called as hemoglobin. And the function of hemoglobin is to transport gases, respiratory gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. The lifespan of erythrocyte is 120 days, and after that they get destroyed in spleen. Spleen is an organ which is found near our stomach area. So spleen is also called as graveyard of RBCs. Now about the leukocytes or white blood cells. Leukocytes do not have hemoglobin, so that's why they are called white blood cells. But they have nucleus. They are nucleated, and they are about 6,000 cells per cubic millimeter of blood. But they are short lived, lives up to 12 to 13 days. They are of two types. They may be granulocytes. Granulocytes means their cells have granules filled with enzymes, and they can be agranulocytes. The examples for granulocytes are neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils. Agranulocytes means their cytoplasm will not have any granules. Examples of agranulocytes are lymphocytes and monocytes. The shape of the nucleus of each one of them varies. For example, in case of neutrophils, you can see the nucleus trilobed with granules, and if it is eosinophils, nucleus is dumbbell shaped, and basophils, the nucleus is S shaped. Lymphocytes, nucleus is round, and monocytes, the shape of the nucleus is like this. Now the functions for each of these blood cells. They are phagocytic. Phagocytic means if there's any germ coming across these WBCs, they can engulf or surround these germs and ingest them. After that, they will digest and destroy them. This kind of function, phagocytic function, where the cell destroys foreign organisms, is seen in neutrophils and monocytes. The second function, they release some chemicals. Now these chemicals, they give message to the WBCs to attack the germs. So the chemicals like histamine, serotonin, heparin. So these are released during inflammation. Examples of such WBCs are basophils. So basophils will release chemicals like histamine, serotonin, heparin during any inflammatory reactions in order to destroy the germs. WBC called eosinophil is produced during allergic reactions. And then about the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are of two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes produce antibodies. Antibodies are also called immunoglobulins. They attack the germs. And T lymphocytes kills infected cells. So that's about the WBCs. The last type of formed element is platelets or thrombocytes. Platelets are also called thrombocytes. Thrombocytes are cell fragments and the blood contains around 1,50,000 platelets per cubic millimeter of blood. And they all help in blood clotting, coagulation or clotting of blood.